Hello, everybody. Day 4. I'm just typing in my title here. Just typing in my title. How's everyone doing? I hope that people are doing well. Pin in my comment. Come on in. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. I actually thought I would sign in like a minute earlier so that I can put my pin in, make sure everything was fine. And so let me get my table set up a little bit. Lenny is in the crate. We know what happened yesterday. For those who joined me yesterday, we know that Lenny baby, he was trying to make a debut in my IG live. And I got hair all over me. He wanted some love. So I said, you know what? So that we won't have Lenny interrupting me and throwing me off my flow, he's going to be in the crate for the next hour. So what's up, pretty entrepreneur? Thank you for joining me. The bitchy bookkeeper. Hey, Lenora. I think Lenora's from Canada. Or England. Lenora, remind me where you're from. Hey, Sunny. Oh, it's hot here. Mani Petty Day. I got my pedicure. When did I got my pedicure this past weekend. But remind me where you're from. I believe it's Canada. Yay, Canada. Yay, England. So, happy Thursday. So I'm going to do a quick recap for those who miss me. But before I do that, I am Dr. Angela L. Remember the L. Harris, and I'm also known as Doc Sarah. Sarah spelled backwards, Harris spelled backwards, and I'm also known as Angela. So I will answer to all three of those. Just keep it clean. And I am located in North Carolina. So I know, okay, yes, yay, I got it right, Lenora, Canada, yes. Pretty entrepreneur said, "You go get it. Go get your pedicure." I don't know about New York. I don't know if y'all open like that, but I got mine. But I actually posted on my Facebook. I was the only one when I went to go get my pedicure. I made an appointment. They got the little shields up. I was the only one in there. And when I was actually about to leave, people were coming in. So, let me tell you about the recap. So this is day 4 of my 5-day IG live challenge. One more day, guys. Are you guys going to join me? One more day. So Monday, I came on and I just shared a little bit about myself, who I am, and why I started No Bibs, Burps, Bottles. On Tuesday, I shared with you guys current events, how I was feeling about current events, my thoughts, my feelings. But more specifically, I was sharing with you guys being child-free and being single and what all of that was doing to me with the climate of the world. Last night, if you were here, we were talking about dating. I am single. For those who don't know, but last night we talked about dating, being child-free, being single, and what does that mean trying to date? And I actually had a special guest, and I didn't disconnect you guys. It was a little shady, wasn't sure how to do an IG live guest, but I'm glad that Ivy Ryder was able to join me. And then tonight is day 4. What are we talking about tonight? We are talking about gratitude, the importance of gratitude, and from a child-free perspective, but really from Angela's perspective, all right? So, and I'm actually going to be giving you 3 tips. Actually, you're going to get 6 tips. 6 tips. Let me tell you, I got my notes. Don't cheat. I got my notes. So I want to make sure that I'm staying on task, all right? So welcome everyone as you're coming in. Let me know where you're from. Again, I am in North Carolina, and it was okay today. Not too hot, not too cold. All right. So pretty much the importance of gratitude. What is gratitude? Gratitude is an expression of being thankful, of being grateful, being able to acknowledge that you are thankful and grateful for something. So it's an expression of gratefulness, thankfulness, and you can communicate that in different ways. And why I wanted to talk about that tonight, and again, this is from Angela's perspective, Doc Sarah's perspective, because I'm single and because I'm child-free, I actually rely a lot on people. Now, let me clean this up, because I know people might say, you can rely on your kids to do stuff. I don't know about y'all. When I was young, it was like Angela and Tina, my sister's named Tina, get the remote control. go get, we were all, when you're a kid, your parents tell you to go do something. And when you're young, you don't question that, right? So they almost have like little helpers. A reminder, I'm good. I'm going to be sipping my water. I'm going to cough a little bit, but I'm feeling fine. So you do things for your parents as kids. They tell you to do this, to do that, and everything. And as you get older, when you have children, those older kids, not all the time, but when you have older children, they can also be very helpful to you. When you're getting older, they can go get groceries. They can go get your medication from CVS. They can do all these things. And I would imagine parents are grateful for that when they have obedient children who help them. But with me being child-free, I often think about, I don't have anyone who's going to do those things for me. And so I do a lot of things by myself, but I also rely on friends, family, colleagues to do certain things. And when that happens, I actually I'm grateful, I'm thankful for when someone is able to support me or help me. But I also know that sometimes people can do things for us and we actually can forget to be thankful. We can actually forget to say thank you. So tonight I really wanted to talk about the importance of gratitude and being thankful. So I'm going to give you 3 things to consider, or 3 tips when to express gratitude. When do you express it? So I already told you what gratitude is. It's a form of expression in regards to being grateful or being thankful. But when do you do that? To me, it's pretty simple. At the point when the deed is done. And so again, because I'm single, because I don't have children, older children, I rely on things. So an example of that is when I was sick, I had to rely, I don't have, a 25-year-old son who can go to CVS and get my medication. And so when I was sick, I actually had to rely on a colleague to go to the CVS and pick up my medication prescription. I also had a colleague who actually came to my door and bought me some ginger ale and bought me some crackers. And I was thankful because your girl was sick. This is before COVID. Your girl was sick, and I was just like, I don't have the energy to go and get these things. Hey, Sunny, Tap join. Thank you for joining me. And so at the point in which the deed is done, you should actually express gratitude. So even though I was sick and I didn't do it in real time like I wanted to, in real time, I sent them a quick message to say thank you. When my girl dropped my ginger ale and my crackers at the door, I said thank you. Now, I know you guys might be saying, what's the big deal? And like, that's simple. Everyone should be saying thankful. I'm pretty sure at some point you've done something for someone and they were not appreciative. They did not say thank you, and they did not show gratitude. And so I say, when do you express it? The best time to express it is at the point when the deed is done. So when they dropped my stuff off, I said thank you. When my colleague got my medication from CVS, although I was sick as a dog and I couldn't actually hug her and do all that stuff that I wanted to, in real time, laying sick on my couch, I just sent her a text and I said, thank you so much for picking up my medication. Again, sometimes we forget about manners. It's possible. So when to express gratitude? The second point is when the moment hits you. So sometimes, sometimes we can forget just to life happens, we're distracted, and the simple thank you very much, I appreciate you, just does not roll off the lips. So when it comes to you being able to just say, oh wow, let me send him a quick note to say thank you. So another example of that is that I had a friend who actually helped me with Lenny for a while, and I was just so busy that I actually forgot to be thankful and appreciate that moment of someone actually taking care of my dog. And so I was just like, Dad, did I Cash App her? Because I always want to be mindful of that. But did I even say thank you? Because I was just rushing in the moment. But when the moment hits, when I actually thought of it, I was just like, oh crap. And so, although my friend did not ask for anything in taking care of Lenny, again, I am single. I don't have a partner. I didn't have anyone, and it gets quite expensive to board a dog. So quite frankly, like if you're a fur parent, sometimes you're like, yo, can you take care of my baby for a while? Because boarding can be expensive. In this case, I was going out of town and I needed someone to take care of Lenny for a while. But I forgot to be appreciative of that moment, of that good deed. So when it hit me, I was just like, oh, let me Cash App her. She didn't even ask for money, but I Cash Apped her, and then I sent her a card via interwork email or interwork postal mail. And that was my way of showing gratitude. If she didn't do it, I actually would have had to board him, spend more money. But I felt bad because in the moment I was just like, dag, I didn't even say thank you. And she was like, girl, you didn't have to pay me. I know I didn't have to pay you, but you did me a solid. You did me a favor. And so again, the importance of expressing gratitude. And then the third thing I want you to consider when to express gratitude, let it be timely, but it's never too late. So sometimes life happens and we can actually go months and a while. Hey, thank you guys for joining me. We can go a while and sometimes we don't realize a person might have an attitude with us because we didn't appreciate something. And so sometimes you say thank you and thank you for helping me in the moment. Sometimes you say it a little bit later because it hits you and maybe it's a week or two later, but sometimes you actually forget altogether. And so gratitude can be expressed at any point, meaning it's timely. There's no like, if you didn't say it in the beginning, you can't ever say it. So it's never too late to express gratitude. Now, culturally, I would say for a lot of women, and people in general, but again, I'm speaking from my own experience, it's hard for me to ask for help. Right? And as African-American women, we are taught you are strong, you are independent, you do it by yourself. And even when you actually have a partner and kids, you suck it up and you handle it. And hence why we have the superwoman complex. And so it's been very difficult for me, to ask for help. And I'm just like, I really don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to ask for this, or I actually need help in somebody looking at my car and I'm trying to figure all of this out on my own. And sometimes I am very successful, y'all. I actually was able to change the garbage disposal, not change it, but unclog the garbage disposal because I looked it up on YouTube. But I digress. I'm proud of myself. I was able to do that by myself. Point being, culturally, for women in general, for African-American women, you suck it up. You're independent. You do it yourself. And again, this can be cross-culturally, but it's hard to ask for help. So sometimes I've had to kind of say, Angela, you don't know how to change, know how to change an engine in a car, or you don't know how to do this, ask for help. So it's never too late when someone does something that you don't know how to do. It's never too late to say thank you. It's never too late to show your appreciation or your gratitude. And you can always do it. And sometimes people appreciate that. If life is happening, they actually appreciate when you come back later and you're like, oh, my bad. Thank you for taking care of Lenny. I totally forgot. I had so many things in my, and actually people come to appreciate that. So let me recap when to express gratitude. At the point when the deed is done, an automatic thank you. When the moment hits, sometimes life happens and we forget, but when it hits you, when the moment hits and you're just thinking about someone, you're like, Dad, what they did for me was really nice. Let me thank them. Let me go beyond the thank you. Lob Queebo said, that was me when I had to replace the handle on the toilet. I felt like soup. Yes, when I did the little garbage disposal, and I watched that YouTube video like 3 times. And let me tell you, you can find everything on YouTube. I love YouTube. And this person gave me step by step on how to, and I was just like, damn, this actually worked. So at the point when the deed is done, when the moment hits, and then it's never too late to express gratitude. All right? Never too late to express gratitude. So now I'm going to give you ways in which you can display or express gratitude. All right, so we've talked about when you should do it. Now I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to express gratitude. This is Doc Sarah's tips, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. How do you express your gratitude? All right, and sometimes thank you is enough. Hands down, thank you is enough. But sometimes we can get creative with it. So here are 3 hows on how to express gratitude. I've already said it. The first one, number 1, is communicate it. Say it. Simple, right? But I'm gonna go a little step further. Sometimes being able to articulate your feelings and your gratitude is all people need. A simple thank you, going back to when your mom, remember when you were kids, when you were growing up and your parent gave you something, and as kids, we're just like, I got my ice cream cone, and you run. And mama says, thank you. Say thank you to Mr. Bobby. Say thank you to Miss Claudette. It starts there. But sometimes as adults, because we're so busy, we forget. So communicating it verbally, just saying it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Actually put what they did onto that. Thank you for fixing my tire. Thank you for watching Lenny Boy. Thank you for expressing it. And sometimes people, communication can be difficult for some people. You can, pretty entrepreneur said, a special text message, surprise gift, lunch. Girl, you were getting into my tips. Yes. And face to face. Just being able to, text message, a voicemail message, a phone call, but sometimes face to face. But overall, number 1, communicate that gratitude. Let that person know that you appreciate them and that you're not taking them for granted. Tip number 2, and Pretty Girl Entrepreneur got into this already, being creative. So creativity, do it DIYs, write it out. And so what I mean by creativity is you can make a card, you can write a letter, you can send a text with a really great emoji or a meme. You can hand make a card. You can buy their favorite cookies. So another example of that, I have the same girlfriend who does a lot, helps me, again, because sometimes a girl can be stuck in a bind. And again, she watches Lenny, she does other things for me. And I know that she loves energy drinks. She loves energy drinks and she likes Dunkin' Donuts. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts, and again, she never asked for anything. She's like, I got you. If she's not busy, she got me. She has me. And so again, I never want anyone to I never want to take anyone for granted. And again, because I do a lot of things on my own or I'm by myself, I actually rely on my tribe. If you rely on a tribe, if you rely on your community, give me some hearts. Because if you are unpartnered, sometimes you are really doing everything by yourself. And so I got her some donuts, I got her an energy drink, and she was out doing work. She works here at my job. And I was able to sneak in her office and put her donuts and her energy drink on her desk so that when she got in, she had the favorite things that's what I mean by being creative. Take it a step further. When someone really goes out their way to support you or to help you with something, a way to express gratitude is to go beyond the thank you. So of course I get a text message. She's like, I got my donuts, I got my energy drink. And to be honest, her being happy about that extended expression of gratitude actually even made me happier, if that makes sense. So being creative, I know a lot of you up here are creative, and you can do things. You can make cards, and you can sing. Do a singagram, if someone does something special for you. I'm glad that you guys can relate to this. And then that dope text message of saying thank you. The third way to express gratitude, how to express gratitude, we're going beyond communication, is to share, highlight it with others. So I know sometimes people don't want to be put on the spotlight. Like sometimes people, they're just like, it's okay. And again, and if you're shy and if you're an introvert, sometimes you're just like, you want to remain humble. But I also think it's always a good opportunity to let other people know what someone has done for you. All right. So an example of that is being able to, like, if someone is at your job and they do something, maybe in a staff meeting, you say, I want to thank Carol for, sending that fax, and it could be more than that. I'm trying to give you examples of when you show it, when you display it, when you go even beyond the person so that people actually know, like, this person right here did something for me. All right. So share it, highlight it, and share it and highlight it with others. Being able to express that kind of gratitude, being able to express that type of appreciation to someone and letting other people see that, is healthy, because sometimes people are feeling taken for granted. You know, sometimes people are feeling like they give and pour into everybody else, but no one is recognizing what they're doing. Lab quo, yes, something like is always a good way to say thank you. Yes, there's so many ways, and I'm only giving you 3 tips. But I would love to know how you guys express your gratitude. All right. So let me, and I'm going to actually give you an example of this in real time. All right. So how to express your gratitude. Tip number 1, you communicate it, you say it, and you can do it face to face. All right. Simple thank you is always the first thing. Be creative with your expression of gratitude. Be creative with your expression of appreciation. And so whether that's making a card, whether that's a singing gram, whether that's sending someone an edible, right? I love the element of surprise. The bitchy bookkeeper, I take my brother's kids for a few days as a thank you for when he helps me out with something. Yes. I mean, and I know your brother probably appreciates that. Like, yeah, no kids. Let me watch the game. Let me do this date night. So it's thinking about something when you know the person and what they actually are going to really appreciate. Like my girlfriend, she likes energy drinks and Dunkin' Donuts. She was actually very happy and it was the element of surprise. Anybody else like surprises? I like surprises. And so it thrilled me to have, she did something for me, I did something for her, and then she was so happy that it made me happy. Like, it just goes around, let it flow. So I wanted to take this time tonight to express my gratitude. I have been working very hard to build up no Bibs, Burps bottles, which is where you guys are. And I have not been able, sometimes I've let fear hold me back. I'm just going to put it out there. Sometimes fear can paralyze the hell out of you. And I had to recognize that there were just certain things that I did not know how to do on my own. And so I wanted to take the time tonight to show my expression of gratitude, to show my appreciation. And of course, there's so many people that I won't be able to list. But tonight, I wanted to be intentional and planful to thank a couple of individuals who really have helped me propel No Bibs, Burps bottles, who have really helped me build up my confidence to be able to do this. To do this right here, IG Live. Yo, that took some talking to. Like, Angela, you could, like, I literally had to, like, psych myself up. And so I'm going to show you by example of saying thank you. So this actually hits on what? What tip is this hitting on? If I am expressing gratitude and doing it in front of y'all, it hits on tip number 3. Share and highlight with others. So I'm sharing with you. So I want to give out some shout outs. This is my expression to you. I want to shout out my girlfriend, Linnell. She's in Baltimore. And I also want to shout out my sorority sister, Live in Favor, Basley. These 2 women have helped me design some merchandise for No Bibs, Burps bottles. You have seen some t-shirts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I have on a new shirt tonight. Dope auntie, dope godmom, No Bibs, Burps bottles. If you're a dope auntie and a dope godmom, maybe I need to do one goddad too. Let me know. But Linnell and my line sister have helped me design some merchandise that I'm very proud of. And you'll see a new shirt tomorrow. Live in Favor, my line sister. She created a really nice shirt for me. So every day this week, I've worn a new shirt. And I'm just thankful for Linnell and my line sister for being creative, bringing my vision to light. So thank you. I also want to shout out my business social media coach. Pretty Entrepreneur has been rocking with me. Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you for your pep talks before my IG lives. Woo! I know I get on your last nerve, girl. I know I do. But I got love for you. Pretty Entrepreneur, thank you for helping me focus in on what I can become, what No Bibs, Burps bottles can become. When other people believe in you and you start to believe in yourself, man, that mustard seed that they plant in you can grow. And so I'm so thankful and I'm so appreciative because there's certain things I don't know. I didn't know how to do an IG Live. I had to watch a couple of YouTube videos. My business social media coach helped me. Thank you, pretty entrepreneur. Thank you. I also want to thank my publisher, although I know she's just like, girl, if you don't get this book out tomorrow. But she's also been rocking with me. So thank you, Doc Swiner. Doc Swiner, Nicole Swiner from Swiner Publishing. She believed in me from the very beginning when I shared with her my idea, and I've been having meetings with her. I'm part of her writing group, part of her writing retreat. Pretty girl entrepreneur, you don't love your growth and drive. Thank you. Ivy Writer, you worked a miracle. Really, Ivy Writer? Are we going? Matter of fact, Ivy Writer is the one. Ivy Writer and Dr. Earl Turner are the ones who actually pushed me to kind of start social media, as well as my line sisters. I was not on social media, y'all. So all those people who was just like, you could do this, Ivy Writer, my line sisters, I went to a workshop on how to do social media. That's how I wasn't trying to do it. So thank you, Ivy Writer. But I'm not that bad. I think I'm getting better. But Doc Swiner, who is my publisher, thank you for believing me. Thank you for believing in my idea to produce my book. And thank you for your patience. Yes. I also want to thank Michelle. I met Michelle in another women's group, and I want you guys to put in here, show your expression, shout out someone. They may be on here, they may see it later, who knows? But don't tell me thankful. Don't tell me thank you and how appreciative you was of whatever I did when I'm dead and gone. Like they said, give me my flowers while I'm here. Give me my thank yous while I'm here. This is a great way. How do you express gratitude? And so Michelle, I met her in another group, and she actually looked at my website, which is under construction, and I'll tell you more news about that tomorrow. But she gave me some really good feedback, audited my website, and like I had periods where they didn't need to be. I missed a misspelled word. But again, I didn't even know how to build a website. And so thank you for Michelle for the audit of the website. But thank you to Joe. Joe is my website guy. I was not trying to watch 20,000 YouTube videos to do a website. You know what? When people have certain skills, yes, I think it's good to know how to do things on your own. And people think you don't have no kids, you don't have no distractions, you should be able to do all this stuff on your own. I don't know how to build a rocket ship, so just because I don't have kids, y'all think I have like 80 hours to devote to how to, like, if someone knows how to build a rocket ship, I can just actually go to them and they can help me. So I want to dispel the myth. Just because you're child free, that doesn't mean you have to do everything on your own. But Joe, he's been doing my website. I'm going to save that nugget for tomorrow. I got some good news. So Joe, my website guy. I actually also want to thank my mama's neighbor. Every time I go visit my parents, she brings me sweets that I don't need. But I never turn them down though. The last time I visited my parents for 3 weeks, she bought me some carrot cupcakes. She bought me some chocolate cookies. And that was a nice gesture. So I like my mama's neighbor for bringing over her baked goods. I also want to thank my virtual assistant. She does a lot for me behind the scenes. There's just some things that to be quite honest, there's just some things your girl don't want to do. So, and people are like, I didn't really even know. I mean, it's easy. Virtual assistant, you should know what they do. Virtual assist you. But I was just like, what do they do? And so it's actually almost having like your own little your own little admin. And whatever I ask her to do, we collaborate together. And I'm like, you know what? I have a chapter to write, so I'm going to give you this. Or I have an IG to prepare for, so I'm going to give you this. So thanks to my virtual assistant, Yvonne. If you've never used a virtual assistant, if you guys are building businesses, if you just are a busy person and you want some additional help, get a virtual assistant. I had no clue what they did. Hey, Childfree chick. Hey, thank you for joining. So Yvonne, shout out to you. I want to shout out Maria. So on my IG, no bibs, Burps bottles, I actually did a graphic that I released last week. And I'm not tech savvy. Like, I'm in Canva, and I just was like, Lord have mercy. I don't know how y'all do it. I know it seems like I complain all the time. I'm happy of the growth. I'm happy of my growth. But again, I'm giving gratitude and thanks because I did not do many of the things that you see by myself. But Maria done some dope no bibs, burps, bottles graphics for me, and I can't wait to release all the graphics that she has done for me. They're dope. They got my brand colors. I'm just excited. So thank you, Maria, for doing my graphics. And it's amazing how people, when you just share your vision, how they actually make things come to life for you. So thank you, Maria. And then I want to thank Ryan. I'm going to leave it there. Just remember this name, Ryan, and when I mention it tomorrow at 8 o'clock, you'll know why. But Ryan came through for your girl, and I just want to thank Ryan. Someone mentioned a dream team, or a building team. I can't remember what the terminology is. Dream team, my own tribe, community. We all need it. There are things that sometimes, like I said, I don't want to do, I don't know how to do, and I've learned to not be ashamed of asking for support. And so I'm hoping all of you have your own tribe. I know I do. I hope all of you have your own dream team. You need one. Again, when I think about it from a perspective of being child free, sometimes it scares me because, again, I think of families and you have children and, you know, your older kids and the grandkids can run and get your ginger ale, can run and get your lottery tickets, you know, and I think it's scary. I think about, it's just me. It's just Angela, Doc Sarad, Dr. Harris by herself. Lenny can't go to CVS and get my medication. Lenny can't change my tire. Lenny can't help me build Bibs, Burps, Bottles, although he was the inspiration for a blog post. But I digress. What I am saying is that I need a tribe. I welcome my tribe, and my tribe is tight and it's small, but many of you live in favor, Ivy writer, pretty entrepreneur, you guys really motivated. Live in favor. She was the one who was just like, do you have a podcast? You should start a podcast. I saw my girlfriend, she was connected to Pretty Entrepreneur, and I saw her page and I'm like, I don't have this skill set. Let me follow her. And so it's about spreading the love, not only gratitude. Let me take it a step further. Don't be afraid to support one another. We don't have to be crabs in a barrel. Many of my sisters from my child-free community are here supporting me, and I try to support them. So thank you. Others from the child-free community that have child-free blogs and podcasts, thank you for supporting your girl because I want to give that back to you. That's how gratitude works. That's how the expression of gratitude works. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So as we wrap up, I'm just going to go quickly. When to express gratitude, at the point when the deed is done, when the moment hits you, you can always say thank you. You can always show gratitude. It's never too late. So remember those three things. How to express gratitude. Communicate it, say thank you, do it face to face, say it. 2, creativity, DIY, write it. And number 3, share and highlight it with others. So I hope that I did a good job in doing that. So as we wrap up, any questions from you guys? Any questions? The Bitchy Bookkeeper, my podcast hosts are the dream team. Yes. And you got a dope podcast. Yes. Yes. There's 3 of them that come together and they have a great podcast about being child free. Yes, but Bitchy Bookkeeper. Lenora. I like to say Lenora. Any questions? My glasses are fogging up. Y'all see that? I had a hot flash before on another Facebook. In my Facebook group, I had Anyway, I digress. If no questions, well, I want you guys to know you can follow me on my business page, my Facebook business page at Dr. Angela L. Harris. You can see everything that I'm doing there on No Bibs, Burps, Bottles. You can also see some mental health stuff. That's a whole nother page. Continue to follow me on Instagram at No Bibs, Burps, Bottles. This afternoon, I released my latest podcast, Basketball Over Barbies, featuring a dope guest, Therese Stevenson. So you can see her link, or you can see the link in my IG. Please listen to that dope podcast. She's talking about loss, dating while child-free, co-parenting when child-free, and she's also talking about a medical issue. And so it was a really powerful episode. So please go listen to that. Please invite a friend. Tomorrow, Friday, is my last day of my 5 days of IG Live. I will be giving you a sneak peek of what's happening with no bibs, burps, bottles. Remember, Ryan, I'm not going to tell you until tomorrow. So if you come back 8 o'clock tomorrow, all right? Sneak peek of what's happening. Until I see you guys tomorrow night, keep living your best child-free life. If you're watching this later on, thank you for watching it later. Thank you for coming in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. 5 days IG Live. Peace.